Officer Joseph Puglia, accustomed to handling emergencies, was en route to the police station when he was suddenly confronted with a shocking sight. As he drove along the interstate, a dog darted into the road ahead of him, colliding with a passing car. Without hesitation, the officer swerved his vehicle to a halt in front of the injured dog, effectively blocking traffic to prevent further harm. With his dash cam recording the incident, Officer Puglia hurried to assess the dog's condition. He knelt beside the motionless animal, his heart sinking as he searched for signs of life. Despite his initial fears, he refused to give up hope. Then, in a moment of relief, he detected a faint glimmer of vitality amidst the stillness. The dog's shallow breaths and blood-covered fur painted a grim picture. Officer Puglia knew immediate action was essential to save the pup's life. With a sense of urgency, he retrieved his emergency blanket from the car, understanding the delicate nature of moving the injured animal. Wrapping the dog carefully, he ensured its safety before gently lifting it into his vehicle. The officer's swift and gentle handling of the dog demonstrated his commitment to its well-being. As he drove, he radioed for assistance, seeking guidance on locating a nearby veterinary clinic. With the help of the communication department, they directed him to the Pinellas Animal Hospital, where staff were alerted to expect their arrival. The urgency of the situation prompted everyone involved to treat the injured dog with the same level of care and attention as any human patient. Each step taken by Officer Puglia and the communication team reflected their dedication to saving the life of their furry passenger. Arriving at the animal hospital, Officer Puglia handed Lucky over to the capable hands of the medical team, who swiftly took him into surgery. Though torn between his desire to stay with the dog and his duty to fulfill his responsibilities, the officer knew he had to return to his duties. With a heavy heart, he left Lucky in the care of the hospital staff and resumed his patrol. Before departing, Officer Puglia was asked to provide a name for the dog. Reflecting on Lucky's fortunate survival and their serendipitous encounter, he decided that Lucky would be a fitting name. It seemed to capture the essence of the dog's miraculous escape from danger and his fortunate encounter with the officer. Throughout his shift, Officer Puglia couldn't shake the worry for Lucky's well-being. As soon as his duties were fulfilled, he rushed back to the animal hospital. To his delight and surprise, he found Lucky sitting up, his tail wagging in greeting. Overwhelmed with joy, the officer realized that Lucky's resilience and recovery truly embodied his name. Despite the ordeal, Lucky was thriving, a testament to his remarkable luck and the care he received. Witnessing Lucky's remarkable recovery filled Officer Puglia with gratitude and renewed hope. It was a heartwarming reminder of the power of kindness, compassion, and the resilience of the animals he swore to protect. However, another hurdle presented itself: finding Lucky's family or determining his next steps. The thought of Lucky ending up in a shelter after his harrowing ordeal weighed heavily on everyone involved. Despite his ordeal, he seemed well cared for, suggesting that his family might be searching for him. The absence of a tag or microchip complicated the search, leaving Lucky's fate uncertain. As Officer Puglia visited Lucky daily at the animal hospital, he was met with a surprising development. Lucky had been released from the hospital and taken to a local shelter. Though it was disheartening to see Lucky become a ward of the state, it was done with his best interests in mind. Efforts to locate Lucky's family intensified, with the story shared far and wide in the hopes of reaching them. Then, a breakthrough occurred. A family came forward, claiming Lucky as their own. They provided evidence, including photos, to support their claim, explaining that Lucky had escaped during a delivery. When reunited with his family, Lucky initially appeared shy but ultimately seemed content to be back with them. It was a perfect ending to Lucky's journey, demonstrating the power of hope, perseverance, and the enduring bond between pets and their families. However, suspicions arose, prompting the animal shelter official to dig deeper. Despite the family's assurances, something felt amiss. Yet, Upon closer inspection, the photos seemed too perfect, raising doubts in the shelter official's mind. Determined to verify Lucky's well-being, she visited the address provided by the family. To her shock, the reality starkly contrasted with the idyllic. The yard was small, and Lucky was tied up without shelter or access to food and water. Appalled by the neglect, the shelter official took immediate action, confiscating Lucky and launching an investigation. It was a clear case of exploitation, leading to significant repercussions for the family, including a hefty fine for their deception and mistreatment of animals. Lucky's journey took another turn, but this time it led him back to a familiar face, his guardian angel, Officer Puglia, whose bond with Lucky had grown strong since their initial encounter, stepped in to rescue him once again. As the shelter doors opened, Lucky's tail wagged furiously at the sight of Officer Puglia. It was a reunion filled with joy and excitement, signaling the start of a new chapter for Lucky. With a warm smile, Officer Puglia welcomed Lucky into his arms, knowing that this time they were meant to be together. As they walked out of the shelter, Lucky's heart swelled with gratitude. He had found his forever home with his hero, Officer Puglia, where he would be loved and cherished for the rest of his days.